There's a quiet pressure we feel that we rarely talk about. It's a feeling that we are late, late in life, late in success, late in figuring things out, and look at everyone around us and it feels that we are behind. We may be trying, but just somehow we feel we aren't doing enough. So the question creeps in, am I running out of time? Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dream Then Do podcast. Today we'll be talking about you not being behind schedule. Now, there's this illusion of timelines we have. It's been created by society, by social media, and the people around us. So we hear things like by a certain age you should have done this or accomplished this. By a certain age you should have been here. By a certain age you should have figured this out. But the truth is, these timelines were never meant for you. They are someone else's expectations. So they are borrowed expectations from someone else. Now, when you measure your life, like we said in the last chapter, when you measure your life based on someone else's expectations, you tend to feel like you're running late. You tend to feel like you're behind. That's why it is not good to compare your life with someone else. I would always say life is like a race or a process. However, everyone has his or her own lane. So do not run the race that is set beside you, but run the race that is set before you. Do not use other people's expectations. Do not borrow others' expectations to actually assess or judge the progress you've made or are making in life. Now, there's a difference between pressure and timelines. Pressure makes you anxious, but timing builds you. Because sometimes delay is not denial. Sometimes delay is preparation. There are things you're still growing into. Things like character, things like clarity, things like capacity. And if these things happen to come too early, they may actually not last. So it's important that you refuse to feel pressured, especially because of how far you think people have come or your peers may have come, or especially because of the societal pressure around you. It's important that you actually rely on God's timing for your life. The scripture we'll be using for this topic is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11, where it says he makes everything beautiful in his time, not in your time, not in the society's time, not in your parents, family's time. It says he makes all things beautiful in his time. So there's a timing appointed for you. So there's a destined time for you. Do not let the society actually push you out of God's timing for you. God makes everything beautiful in his time, not in the time you want, not in the time you've desired, not in the time you've set, not in the time the society has described or prescribed for you. He makes it beautiful in his own time. So here's what you don't see. You are not behind. You're just seeing life from the outside and not from the inside. Growth is not always visible, and understanding comes from what is inside. So what you aren't seeing is that you're actually healing, you are becoming, you are learning. And these things do not trend. They do not get posted, but they matter. They are the core things that actually builds an individual. So you may not see it, it may not look like it, but like I said, growth isn't always visible. Instead of asking yourself, am I behind? Am I running out of time? Am I losing it? Ask yourself this, what is this season building in me? And take note of everything you are learning because it's for a reason. And when you change the question, you actually change the pressure. So take a breath. You're not late, you're not behind, you're not out of season, you're not out of time. You're in a season, and the good thing about seasons is that they change. So your life is a process. Rushing the process doesn't make it better, it makes it unstable. So instead of panicking, trust the pace. Dream boldly, do intentionally, and trust your timing. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this episode. Remember, this is the Dream Then Do podcast. See you next Thursday. Do not forget, this week, keep dreaming, keep doing, and trust your pace. Bye.